How's it going, guys? So back at it. Just been doing boring maintenance stuff. I did do a video. We put a steering rack in the wife's van, and then we got rid of it, traded it on a new Acadia or newer Acadia. And I got to do an outro to it. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but it was helpful because I couldn't find any good videos about taking that power steering rack out, and there was one forum post that described it, and it worked. So didn't have to drop the subframe or anything. So I might end up still putting that out. Last video, pulled the plow mount off the 6x6. Other than that, it's been doing boring stuff. We've actually been driving the Mustang, though. I got some factory wheels for it, some 5 lugs to put on there, and put some street tires on it. So it's, I always felt bad driving on the drag radials. Felt like I was going to catch a nail or something and ruin them. So I got some street tires to it. I've been driving a lot more. I'll flip it around and show it here in a second. And you can see it's dirty because I've been driving it. Today we've got the UPR anti-roll bar. We're going to start working on that, see if we can get that up in there. We want to get to the track here soon. We've been slacking. Got a few other things we need to do to it. And need to get all the coolant out of it, swap it over just to straight water for the track. And then I think I've got, I want to mess with the fuel pressure regulator a little bit. I think it's not returning as well as I think the fuel pressure is a little bit higher than it should be, and I've set it a few times and it just keeps going back up there. So I think it's just more a function of the cheap fuel pressure regulator. I know there's some porting and stuff that they talk about doing on some of those cheap ones, so we might look at that. All right, let's get at it. Here it is with the stock 17-inch thrust. I need the 17-inch wheels to get the over the front brakes. So I got the Cobra brakes on the front. Looks all right. It's squatting a little bit in the back. The back's a little bit lower, but with the drag radials on it, it sits up with a little bit of rake towards the front. So it is what it is. It's not awful. I've just been enjoying driving it. It's been fun. So with those tires on there, it'll freaking blow off the tires pretty much at will at any speed. So that's been kind of cool. All right, let's get at it on the anti-roll bar. So you can see these have got a D and a P on it for driver and passenger. This is driver's side. Just put it up there, lean it up against this bracket as close as you can on the pinch weld, as high as you can, and then just mark it. Do that on both sides, and then you grind all that out, and then you come back and weld it. Let me go ahead and grind that. I'll bring it back after it's ground. Well, the first thing I've seen that the other videos don't talk about, I don't know if this is something with the later Fox bodies or what, but I think this is the quad shock mount. I'm not sure what this thing is, but I had to cut it off in order for me to be able to clamp the inner bearing bracket to hold it. So that's it. This side I was able to just cut and then move back and forth, and it broke the one spot weld. On the passenger side or on the driver's side there was 2 spot welds, so I just ground around the spot welds and pulled it out, and it pretty much looks the same. So now I can get the vice grips on there, the big body panel vice grips, and hold that sway bar in place. At least that's the plan. We'll see how it goes now. Okay, so how I did this by myself is I took a block of wood and then jacked up the rear end until it was holding it. This anti-roll bar was about in the place where I needed it, and then I just kind of worked the clamps back and forth, getting it to where I wanted it to be, measuring front to back and how level it was. It's pretty much dead on zero, and it's same measurement front to rear. So we've got it pretty good. We're just gonna go ahead and weld it up. Yeah, there we go. That's welded in. We got the tabs welded in. We're letting it cool. Measurements, it moves slightly. Moved like 1/8 of an inch. Hopefully that doesn't take while I was welding it. Hopefully it still will go pull straight. If not, then we'll come back in here and cut everything out. I don't know how it moved while I was welding. I had it clamped in pretty good. but it seems to be only about 1/8 of an inch, so hopefully that's not too big of a deal, but we'll see. There's that bar got beat up a little bit. There's that one. We won't look at the welds up there. They're not as nice. Ah, there you go. They're shitty. But everything seems to be working well. It needs to be dirty. I need to clean this up. I'm going to put some more paint on down here and we'll let it cool off. And then we'll get some, I think we're going to power wash the underside of it and clean it up and get it all painted underneath here. And guys, you can see it's all in, painted. All up in there, over there. When I was welding it, it moved like 1/8 of an inch up there at the top, and then it changed it like 1/4. I'm hoping I can adjust the thing. If not, we'll have to cut it all out, but that's part of it. Working on your back sometimes is difficult, and I thought I had it measured right, but it was like 1/8 of an inch off, and it's hard to see on the brackets, but I could see it just slightly. This one's a little bit lower than that other one, just like maybe like 1/4 inch. I don't know what we're gonna do. Hopefully, we're going to the track on Sunday. Today's Friday, so got to get in there, get my son to help me adjust it so I can sit in it, and then we'll put it in. So I think that's gonna wrap this video up, and we'll do a new video of us at the track. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Click the like, subscribe. I'm not putting anything out, so I appreciate the guys that are still sticking around and watching videos. Later.